All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel, Smirking Gun Reviews. This is Rob, and it's Wednesday, and it's a Handmaid's Tale, Season 2, Episode 9, Smart Power. If you have not seen the episode, get the fuck out of here and go watch it, and come back later on. Um, awesome, awesome episode. So much to say about this episode. Fucking... So, bear with me, because I know I can get on rants. So I'm going to try to be structured. I know I'm going to fucking go off, though. I'm already tensed up a little bit about this. Because there's just a lot of feels, a lot of emotions, and a lot of things to talk about. So, just to get the ball rolling, it was great here talking about, June talking about how this place could be an Airbnb. Not a good one. And that, this place is amazing. You got some creepy as fuck people that live here, and you have to deal with, what was it, ritualized rape. Yeah, that might bring down the rating a little bit on Yelp or however people rate those things. That was pretty good. The scene here we've got with Waterford and Serena Joy, where she's, fighting back the tears because he's, the world thinks the women here are voiceless and that they're oppressed. Where the fuck would they get that idea, you goddamn fucker? I mean, his self-delusion is fucking phenomenal. The way that these people can just erase all signs of fucking logic, all signs of what is fucking real, what is true. People that can just flush the truth down the goddamn toilet like nothing. To suit their own needs. To be able to lie to yourself that well. To be able to believe the fucking lie that well. These people scare the shit out of me. And I don't want to get too far off topic, but it's like, with the government that we have right now, with the person that we have, that we have in the White House, and the problems that our own government has, and I'm not going to get too far in a political rant, but when you see these people, I shouldn't be pointing at them, that's the handmaids, but when people like Waterford, when groups that like Waterford is a part of, it scares me because they are more realistically to me the ones that would make a move to change things. And it's scary that, most of us, we realize the problems in our own government. But we're too afraid as individuals to make moves to change things, to get ridiculous people all over our government, to be held accountable, to make real change. But as individuals, it feels like we're all just too afraid to rock the boat, to mess with the possibility that the lives that we know could end. Our world, could be shattered. But it's groups like Waterford's that we really got to watch out for. And it makes it more to where it's more important now for us as individuals to group up like these people. Because this is the kind of group that in reality could make these things kind of happen, make change in this government. And they are the wrong people to make change. I don't want to, again, I'm sorry to be a little political here, but it's just, these are the people that we really need to worry about. And if people like us, that know right from wrong and all this stuff, that just have really the best interests at heart, if we don't group up and start demanding change, that's where these people like Waterford will step in and change things in their way. So I'm sorry to get off like that. It's just something that was bugging me about how this is how people like them take over. And it's fucking scary as hell. So anyway, sorry. Time to get back on freaking topic. So He's telling her, I need you there because of the way the people view our fucking screwed up goddamn world. They think we're crazy, that you don't have a voice. You don't! They think you're oppressed. You are! But that's not, but we're just gonna pretend that that's just not reality. Because we're men. We know. And we lie to ourselves really, really well, apparently. So she's holding back the tears. And honestly, again, no matter how much Serena Joy starts to realize how badly she's fucked up, and she is become quite torn. I mean, if otherwise, I mean, if that's not what's happening to her, then she is more deluded than I thought. But I'm pretty sure that yeah, she sees the cracks, she sees the hypocrisy. But to me, again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how she's sad now. Oh, she got whooped. It's terrible. You put yourself in this position. You deluded yourself, you stupid, dumbass person. So she agrees, of course, to go, gets herself together. Again, I feel no sympathy for her. And, they tell June, what's going on, and, you know, this dipshit kid's gonna be taking care of him. And I swear to God, I'm just getting so sick of Blessed Be and all this. When the little soldier boy said whatever, I just went, shut the fuck up at the TV screen. Just shut the fuck up. I am so tired of it. Even like later on when Serena's looking at the little kid, and they get on the elevator because they don't want to be, I don't want to jump ahead, but like just this little moment when she says it as the doors are closing. I'm like, fuck off. That's what that lady should have said. She should have said, fuck right off. But anyway, so Soldier Boy is taking care of the house while the Waterfords are away. And so we might as well get to that where, Sabrina tells June that she's going to be out of the house as soon as the baby's born. Now, this creates a whole bunch of crazy shit. Because this is not typical, as they say. The mother usually goes through the breastfeeding, the weaning process, I think is what they called it. And that, Serena does have this nice point. It's like, haven't we dealt with each other enough? Haven't we, like, put each other through enough? And she's not wrong here. She really isn't. And June reacts accordingly, like, yeah, I can't wait to get the fuck away from you people. But it does change how June has to go about things. Because she did not plan on having this kid here. She planned on bouncing. So now, this is where the story kind of goes in this, like, weird talking about, like, diplomacy. And about, creating allies. So you've got June here now forced to figure out and create allies in case she has to give birth and leave the baby behind. While Waterford is going off to Canada to get allies for, Gilead. And in the face of much, uproar from society, other societies besides these fucknuts. So it's an interesting thing because here we have June. Well, let's get to the bridge scene. June talking to Janine. And you really shouldn't be telling Janine these things because first off, Janine can't help you. Janine will not have anything to say that will help you. She will only cause trouble for herself and then you. And that's exactly what happens. Janine is so fragile. You can't. It is kind of stupid. June sometimes has this problem where, with saying the wrong things to the wrong people at the wrong time. And in this case, just to the wrong person, at all. Don't talk to Janine about difficult stuff. You need to keep it simple. They're always trying to protect her, but if you put her in situations where she's going to freak out, you can only blame yourself, not her. I did like that she told the soldier boy to go suck her dick before she got whopped in the face. But I mean, what did she expect was going to happen? You push Janine too far and she can't control her emotions. So that's pretty much it there. I mean, they go back home and They didn't get the chicken. Oh well. You got some strawberry jam from creepy ass Eden. Poor sad creepy ass Eden. Okay, she's a sad character, so I shouldn't be too hard on her. But now I lost my train of thought. Anyway, so now Waterford's in Canada, and they've got this. Serena's got her own like first lady duties. Kind of, they're sending her to look at the botanical gardens while the men go do this other stuff. And I just love, how these people. You've got the one guy who is the straight. I'm going to, be professional, and somehow they invited the guy who is just sitting there with the low, like just ready to say everything. You know, my gay husband, we don't feel welcome in your country. All this just throwing it right at his face. Well, the other guy just kind of looks straight ahead, like, like I'm not quite sure how that guy made it on the team to just be able to say that. Maybe it was the plan all along. I don't know. But, he's off to go be, work on his own things. And this is where, Serena Joy is talking, seeing how things are working outside here and talking about work, all these things that are kind of sowing the seeds to what I feel like in the future here will be Serena's eventual turn on Gilead. But again, too little, too fucking late. So when she ends up, with seeing the little girl and just the disgust on the mother's face, the kid won't stop staring because she's looking at somebody who looks like an Amish person. I wouldn't have gone with Princess. That's just me. I wouldn't have gone with you. Are you a princess? Yes, the Amish cloak. It's not black like Amish, but you know what I'm saying. Like very Quakerish, very, plain. Princess, no. Like, I would have said, are you from a cult? But little kids don't know those words, thankfully. But yeah, the disgust on the mother's face, we'll get the next one. And just Serena's kind of like, again, see, if we're forced to see it from Serena's perspective, she thinks that these people are fucking stupid, right? That we're the bad ones. So I guess her looks of whatever, or I feel like maybe she's starting to feel some shame a little bit. I don't know. I can't tell with her. She's doing a really good acting job. So I never quite know if it's shock or shame or disgust sometimes. But, I still like these people have every right to look at you like, go fuck yourself. So when she goes to the bar and the guy, blatantly is got the cigarettes and the smooth talk and trying to get her, to talk about things. It does feel, again, sowing the seeds, getting her to look at things, especially kind of the slap in the face, which is that the men are saying that the infertility is because of the women, that there's sinfulness. Okay, right there when he said the fucking sinfulness part, I was like, fuck you! Seriously? As women, a bunch of guys told you that it's the women's fault because of sin, that you can't have fucking babies. A bunch of guys told you that. And you bought it. A whole bunch of you bought it? You fucking deluded idiots. I mean, it goes to the strength of character of these people and the just completely ability to delude yourself to that fucking point. Oh, the men told us we can't have kids because I sinned. Because we're sinful. It's not because their dicks don't fucking work. Because that's what he tells her, that the scientific findings are that it's in the men. Oh my God, if we had just, I don't know, got a second opinion on that whole, like, part of our philosophy. So, again, another, that slap in the face. She can't say anything. She can't admit to anything, to this guy. And who is now trying to get her to, basically defect, to go to Hawaii and write her story out. And it would play. And it probably would create more sympathy. And it would probably create a move towards taking this country back from these goddamn fucking bleh. But she can't. She can't do it. She's in too deep. I'm not going to say that she won't eventually. Because she keeps the cigarettes. Now that's just whatever. But then she, the matches that say, this guy's, got the Hawaii thing on there. It's kind of foreshadowing a little bit that maybe someday she will find her way. And even if she does, even if she starts helping to try to change things, she still needs to fucking die with one in the back of the fucking head. Or worse. Because just helping, she has to go down with the fucking ship, even if she helps. So, and that's just my opinion. But I don't know how this will all play out, but that's just in my hopes and dreams, is that she goes down too, no matter what she does to help. We get Luke and Moira seeing Waterford. They go down to the place, he's got the sign, the picture, and this is another slap in the face of Serena and Waterford to some extent, except he's more deluded, and Nick, because now they have a face to June. This is her husband. This is a woman that had a family and kids, and you are raping her, and you gotten pregnant now. They don't all know that it's Nick's kid, but I mean, in your face. It's harder to delude yourself when you're faced with brutal truth in your face. Now, again, Waterford's so good at just denying. But for Serena and Nick, it's not so easy to look at a man who is clearly June's husband and knowing what they've done. Now, for Nick, it means June's got a husband and a kid, and he would have to start questioning, does she really love me? Did she just use me? It's just natural. It has to be a thing that is in your head as soon as you're faced with it. Serena, on the other hand, has to start really looking at what, the forcing of women to bang your husbands for, babies, the ritualistic rape. Again, as a woman, at the very least, she has to start seeing, when you can see the faces of the people that you're hurting because of your, messed up belief system. It has to give you pause, otherwise you're a complete psychopath. So, again, Waterford's like, well, that was unpleasant. But then we get, one of the most, there's a lot of awkwardness in this episode because we get Nick and Luke meeting up, which, is sad on both ends because they both love her, but one doesn't know that he's been sleeping with her and is now the father of the baby, and Nick never really knew, about Luke really, and so you can't. It's just it's two men in love with the same person that can't really connect totally. But when Nick gives Luke the letters, and Moira and him and the chick, the little blonde girl who I forgot she was in that show Colony as the crazy person who drank the Kool-Aid, and now when she's on a show where she didn't drink the Kool-Aid, it's kind of interesting to see that. Anyway, her name's Erin Way, I think. She's the one who, when Moira says, I was hoping there'd be C4, and she's the one who's like, well, these letters can go boom, and they do when they anonymously put them up, which is exactly what we all wanted them to do. And, telling the stories of all these people affected by these cocksuckers in Gilead. And, having the whole summit here, this little diplomatic thing happen and blow up in Waterford's face is just gorgeous. You're no longer welcome in Canada. You know how bad you have to be to get kicked out of Canada? I don't know Canada's deportation laws, but knowing how nice a lot of people consider Canada, you have to be pretty fucked up to not be welcome in Canada. So, a bunch of ritualistic rapists. Yeah, I think it's time for you to leave. So it's just great to see that his plans fall through completely, and Joseph Fiennes is so great at playing this guy as just he never breaks. He never breaks, no matter what is thrown in his face. Even when he's beating his wife, he remains calm, right? Kind of. So we have now Nick comes back, and well, we got June now has allies too. She talks to the Martha in the house. I forget her real name. And they have that really nice emotional moment where she gets a godmother for her unborn child. And then somehow she is able to convince crazy as fuck Aunt Lydia to understand that the Waterford family, the household, is not safe. A man who would hit his wife would hit a child. And that's absolute goddamn fucking right. But she doesn't say it straight out. I mean, she says, she doesn't make a direct accusation, which is smart, because Aunt Lydia is that kind of person who you gotta be careful, really careful around. Because even when she's talking, she's like, insolence will not be tolerated, but somehow convinces Aunt Lydia, her just complete misguided way of looking at things as well, into protecting the kid, and that's just crazy. So June's allies, her diplomacy works while Waterford's gets blown the fuck up. Good. Now we have Nick and June. They have their moment where Nick tells everything that Luke said to him, for her, and she's so overcome with all this good news that I don't think it's sunk in how this has affected Nick. Really, at all. She is just so caught up in that emotion. And like when he says, I love you, it kind of feels like she's not really feeling it to me. Like she doesn't really know that, like, he's just found out that she's done what she had to do. That doesn't mean she doesn't love him, but in the end, this is going to be an untenable situation. This is not going to be, an easily fixable relationship. Not to say that Nick is going to all of a sudden do a villain turn either. That's Eden's job, because if you've seen the trailer for next week, yes, as predicted, Eden's going to be, a major problem. And I do believe that next week, there's going to be a serious fucking little thing that we don't. I mean, they kind of show you something. It looks like it's going to go sideways during the birth, the pregnancy, the labor of the child. So next week's going to be insane too. I feel like I've covered everything. I'm trying to think of any little detail like scene I missed. We got the lady who tells Serena Joy, how do you live with yourself, that kind of thing. We got them like sing. Okay, when they started singing in the apartment, I kind of tuned out. I understand that maybe that's something that people would do. Maybe it just felt a little cheesy, but whatever. I'm not gonna get too anti whatever song they were singing. So anyway, if I've missed anything, go ahead and put it down in the comment section. And what did you think about this episode? We've got like 4 more episodes still. This is crazy. So because it feels like, and I don't, it on IMDb says there's a 3rd season. So I mean, where the hell is this show gonna go? What do you guys think is gonna go? If you like this video though, please hit the like button. Subscribers, we are at, I believe, 97 subscribers, which means we are only a couple away from 100, which is amazing. I mean, I thank you so much for all the support, and I just want to keep it going at 100. Again, we'll be doing another contest. I don't know for what, but again, share the video with people that like The Handmaid's Tale. We just put up the Legion video last night, as well as comic reviews. Cloak and Dagger, I'm gonna be doing the 3rd episode review for that. Preacher's coming up pretty soon. Can't freaking wait for that. So anyway, I feel like we've done a good job this week with reviewing and keeping the rants sort of down. I don't know. I know I went off there for a few things, but anyway, this is Rob. I'm Smirking on Reviews saying thanks for watching The Handmaid's Tale with me. Please keep going with the subscribers. This is unbelievable. Thank you so much, and we will see you on the next video. Peace out, everybody. Be kind to each other, and that's it. Bye.